r/wedding shamming posted by u/iconoclastation 17 hours ago. My cousin's wedding almost killed my grandma. Shiz is going to be a long post and I am on mobile, so bear with me. I need to vent. So my cousin recently married his girlfriend, now wife, and it has caused massive drama in the family. All throughout their relationship my cousin would choose her and her family's events over ours, including missing my grandfather's funeral for a birthday party. This has really upset the family, especially my aunt, but everyone just has southern smile and don't mention it attitude. This changed after the wedding. I got my invite months back and it said it was going to be a black tie wedding at a huge ranch. Few weeks later my cousin texted me saying they are downsizing to only immediate family. Fine, right? I assumed it must have been a stress issue because both my aunt and the bride's family are extremely well off. My aunt apologized to all the cousins and even said I guess the groom's parents have no say in those things, which I found odd because she is not the type to express herself like that. Day of the wedding happens and my parents, my grandmother and my aunt and uncle get in the car and drive 4 hours to the venue. I have to admit I was a bit hurt, but I was under the assumption it was a small intimate wedding. I was wrong. Turns out the bride's parents paid, so they decided that they choose the guest list. Their family made up 120/150 of the guests. My cousin had only 30 spots including all the groomsmen. The wedding was opulent in an influencer type of way. My grandmother said that there were 3 different photographers plus a drone pilot. Many of the wedding activities were clearly just for photo ops. Dinner comes along and it's completely awful. There is corn, mashed potatoes and beef which only fed the wedding party before running out. There were no drinks except one type of cocktail which everyone was limited to 2. I only point this out because this wedding was very lavish, but it was clear that the budget was only spent to make the photos look good. So my grandmother has diabetes and was not served any food. She starts becoming very fatigued and can no longer walk. She ended up falling, but thankfully my uncle was able to get her into a chair. My dad was about ready to call an ambulance, but the people at the venue actually sent someone to go to Chick-fil-A to get her food during the wedding. So as all the guests are starving after hours of ceremonies and photo shoots, my cousin and his wife make everyone stand up and light sparklers as they run happily into the rented Rolls-Royce waiting outside. Obviously my entire family is upset, not only because of the imbalance in guests but also that they would rather spend money on renting a luxury car than feed their guests. I would also like to point out that my aunt offered to help pay for the wedding, but the bride refused, stating it's tradition for the bride's family to pay. It was a horrible way to start the union of 2 families. I am upset at my cousin for not having the dignity to stand up for his family. Not to mention I am very glad to not have attended. Friend wants to steal my future wedding. Foul friends. OC I can delete if not allowed, because this hasn't happened yet and I won't allow it to. But I saw a post on here recently and it made me think you all might appreciate my plight. I have a friend who is not very friend-like. In fact, she consistently uses people. Needs money. Posts her cash app on Facebook. Wants to go on vacation. Asks us if she can come and sleep on the floor of our hotel so she doesn't have to book her own. I buy a nice pair of boots. She doesn't even ask the link, she asks me to buy her a pair too. She's very much a part of my personal friend group, so I try to ignore her. The struggle. My boyfriend and I have been talking about getting married. I work in the industry, so I have plenty of ideas of venues to tour, where to get my dress, how to appropriately budget, etc. Just waiting on the ring. Now, this friend has expressed upsetness because she and her boyfriend are not talking about marriage until he finishes his degree in a few years. This makes her mad because she doesn't want me to get married first. She's said this many times to me. Until recently. She had an idea. She came to me and said she would be more than happy if I got married because then she could experience getting married too. When I shop for my dress, she can also try on dresses with me and use my discount. When my partner buys me a ring, she can have her partner buy her the same ring with a different stone so they don't have to look around. And the kicker. She wants to share my ceremony and reception. Her grand plan is to wait for my ceremony to be over, have her own ceremony in the same spot, and the reception can be for the both of us so that her boyfriend can't use school as an excuse because their wedding would be free. Because I would pay for all of it. I naturally shut this down, but I thought it was so crazy similar to the screenshot of the aunt sending invitations for the same venue that I had to share. At least I was given the courtesy of a warning before my future wedding gets hijacked. She is likely not to be invited, by the way. Edit, hey all. I got a lot of comments on this post, so I just wanted to respond to some of the popular ones up here. I do call this person a friend in quotes because I am still friendly with her. She's not mean, but she is leechy. When I say no, she backs off. She just has a lot of ideas that are very selfish in nature that she doesn't really comprehend are rude. She's very good friends with one of my friends, so I see her at parties and dinners and such. These examples have been over the past year or so of the two of us becoming friends and me making realizations recently that it doesn't benefit me to hang out with her because she takes my peace. I'm distancing myself, but I'm also going to have a very casual wedding and I know her well enough now not to let her dampen my spirit. Maybe I'm a pushover, and I'm sorry for not being more strict. You guys have given me a little backbone on this, so I'll certainly be making some changes in who spend my energy on. Thanks.